Hello, my fellow Slayers. This is Malucha, and welcome back to Dauntless. A new patch has arrived yesterday. I'm home from work now, so yeah, time for me to record the new patch. I'm not gonna do like every week patches again, but if there's a patch that really that piques my interest, and there's really something that is really a good upgrade towards the game, like new behemoths or something like that, I definitely still want to record it and still give my thoughts about it because it's still a game that I'm gonna continue to play. So yeah, patch 1.1.3 is live right now. It was live yesterday around 9 p.m. European time. I think yeah, well Belgium time. And well, winter is gone as you can see. I'm not really sure if we can call this spring. It's more like an evening in the summer, a little bit clouded. But yeah, let's not talk about the weather. We're gonna take a look into the patch real quick, and then as you can see on the top right side, we have a new quest as well. And as always, I really wanna check out what the new quests are together with you guys. So yeah, let's take a look at the patch. So January the 30th to 2020, release of 1.1.3. It marks the arrival of a new hunt pass, introduces the ability for slayers to purchase tonics and grenades with rams, and introduces the quick emoji and more. So new to Dauntless, Aetherpunk takes the stage. Aetherpunk Hunt Pass has arrived in Ramsgate, bringing 50 new levels of rebellious rewards. Purchase supplies from rams. Players can now use their rams, the currency, not the animal, of course, to purchase tonics from Bosun Marcus Bower and grenades from Admiral Janik Azai. Look for a quest from the Bosun to get started. So this is definitely something that I wanted to talk about. Rams has been, well, rams is a means of, you still need rams to upgrade your gear and upgrade your equipment, but basically there was no use for rams at all in this game, and well, one of the things I've always been thinking, like, why can't we use rams to actually buy certain, well, like potions and such, like. The farm isn't really that hard to keep up with your potions and to keep up with your flasks or your pillars or whatever your the grenades or whatever you're gonna use. But being able to actually buy them now with rams, the currency is really a good upgrade towards the game. So yeah, definitely a big up for this one. Share credit towards objectives, and this is definitely the second one that I wanted to talk about. No more competing for the last hit. From now on, all slayers in a party will get credit towards their bounty and mastery objectives. When anyone in the party interrupts an attack, breaks apart, staggers a behemoth, or exposes a wound. I've been well, in the last few weeks, I've been more and more like the last video I said, like there was a little bit of repetitiveness that struck me a little bit, and I was playing less and less. And actually, the last couple of weeks, I have been playing a little bit more than I was actually saying, but that I played before, just to complete that mastery, just to complete my gear to get it up to the, well, the standard, the highest level you can get it. Make sure that at least one of my weapons is at, especially for, well, like the weapon that you are gonna use. Like if you're gonna use a sword, I basically have one or two weapons, one or two swords I use. If I use a pike, I have one or two that complete the build for getting every perk in the game that actually has wound damage on it. Especially like with a hammer, you kind of want to have, you're gonna use one or two hammers that actually can complete your build to get every stagger bonus in the game on your gear. And well, yeah, you want one or two of those weapons that you are gonna use if you're gonna use hammer or pike or whatever floats your boat. You do want those to get the max level, and getting them to the max level is sometimes a little tricky. Well, not for well, not for the gear, because gear is totally on yourself, but especially with the behemoth mastery, getting that gear completely leveled up, it's been a tough time. Like they said, a lot of players. I've had it like I've done a lot of stagger damage, and then a hammer comes in and he takes like one hit just as the behemoth was about to get staggered by me, and he takes that stagger away. So yeah, that's never gonna happen anymore. So yeah, definitely a really good addition to the game. So no more competition for those staggers, those wounds, and especially if you, even if you don't, even if you are, you say like I only use repeaters. I use mostly repeaters. Even now, I can get those wounds up for behemoths. I can get those staggers up. I can get the breaks up, even if another player wounds him, staggers him, or breaks him. So yeah, I'm really happy with this one. View hunt pass progress on the bounty screen. So now you can see how close you are to that next hunt pass level without leaving the bounty screen. Express yourself with quick emojis. So I'm not sure if you saw my intro, but there were a lot of people spamming the emojis already in the game. So emojis are now available in Dauntless. Pull up your communication wheel, see on PC or left trigger on console to send one to chat. And then play in Portuguese on the Nintendo Switch. Slayers on Nintendo Switch can now set their language to Portuguese. So big up for the Dauntless team for implementing another language to the game. So gameplay changes. Warpike previously had a threshold for the quality of ammo it would generally based on special meter. These thresholds have been removed, so more meter means better quality of ammo from 1 to 100%. So yeah, we're gonna see percentages now, I do believe, for the thresholds instead of just a plain bar, like now is your bar full, so now it will be good. It will actually show you how good your ammo is for the wipe. For the Warpike, Riftstalker can now show up in dual Behemoth escalation encounters, but don't worry, it cannot pull you into the Murder Palace if the other Behemoth is still alive, so that's really a good one. Riftstalker was not in there up until now, but making sure that you cannot get pulled in unless the other behemoth is dead is really a good adjustment. I'm really looking forward to seeing if this is not gonna be bugged or anything. So Shroud stale hitbox, and that's something I've seen a lot of people talk about recently, especially on Shroud hunts. Like, can we go for the tail? Can we go for the tail? And even with 4 people focusing on the tail, you just didn't get that break on the tail. So yeah, Shroud's stale hitbox has been expanded, repositioned, and has its physics tuned. This brings it closer to the ground to make it easier to target and break. So yeah, really good change there. Wounded status. Some status effects have obvious ramifications. On fire, for example, needs no explanation. Wounded, not so much. We didn't do a great job of explaining that wounded causes damage if you exhausted your stamina, and even if you did understand it, it wasn't really something you needed to work around. Yeah, like you just didn't dodge. You stay away a little bit, or you just, yeah, basically you didn't run out of stamina and you were good. So you didn't really need to do a lot when you got wounded on you. So we removed the old effect and reworked wounded to give it a stronger identity with more obvious consequences. While you are wounded, incoming damage is increased with 150% and stamina consumption is increased to 200%. So that's a huge downfall if you get wounded, actually. So the counterplay to On Fire and Frozen is to spam your dodge roll, but wounded now forces you to both avoid taking damage and be much more judges, something like that, about how you dodge. So wounded is still cleared the same way as before by healing, including healing from lifesteal or just standing still for 5 seconds. And then Karabak's Swarm. Previously, when Karabak's Swarm was on a player, the bugs would randomly interrupt attack animations. It wasn't clear whether those attacks went through or were blocked. And that's true, like, you really weren't sure what was happening every time you were hit with the swarm. It blocked some, it didn't block others. So, like, it was really hard to see what was actually going on with the debuff. So, which gave a real feeling of randomness to the effect. This has been removed and replaced with something that feels more immediate and consistent. So Swarm now prevents you from sprinting and still applies the same small amount of damage over time. So you're gonna take damage over time, and you cannot sprint anymore. For repeater players, that's not gonna be a big difference, because basically you cannot sprint anyway with repeaters in your hand, so nothing will change for those players as well. Then quality of life, I'm not gonna go over the quality of life. I just want to go to the gameplay and not be talking for 15-20 minutes. So if you want to look at the quality of life, the bug fixes that's in here, the hunt fixes and escalation fixes, as you can see, and then the known issues. Stoneheart, Scar, and Repeater Prism has no power. It will be fixed in 1.1.4. But yeah, if you want to go over these, just pause the video. I've been looking over these. There are some interesting fixes in there, as there are always in every patch. There's always a couple bug fixes that you think like, oh hell yes, it's finally fixed, and then maybe a couple of weeks later we got it back. So yeah, for now there are a lot of bug fixes in here, but especially those two I wanted to talk about, like using rams to be able to purchase your tonics and your grenates now, and not actually going on the continuous farm to get those flowers and all the stones to actually be able to craft them. And then the shared credits. Shared credit is a big one. So basically, even if you have no weapon that can actually wound and another player is wounding the behemoth, you are gonna get that wounded counter, and it's gonna increase for a lot of people if you haven't completed it yet, your behemoth mastery. So a lot of people are gonna see a big increase on being able to upgrade their gear to the max level faster and faster with this one. So yeah, I'm definitely yeah, big up for actually bringing this into the game. This was something I didn't actually think of yet, but I'm really happy that they brought it in. So yeah, those were the patch notes for this week for the 1.1.3 update. As you can see, the emotes, let's quickly take a look. There's a lady with some hearts. There's a... Well, I think he's a little bit embarrassed about what he did. There's a dude generally laughing his ass off. He's praying to the goodwill of the behemoth to not hit him so much. She's feeling really powerful, and he's really wondering what he might do. And as you can see, these are actually all the characters that are in the game with their different icons. These are for the why cannot come at the... I honestly cannot. Is Boston, right? The lantern dude. For the life of me, I cannot come at their names. The middleman over here, and then we have what the hell? I want to say there. No, I'm not gonna call him. So yeah, if you do that, you can see it's instantly going to chat, and you get a little icon next to your head. And yeah, well, the chat is sometimes a little bit too empty. So I do believe that they brought this into the game to actually try to spruce up the chat a little bit more. We have a mailbox now over here in the game, so the message inbox bonus rewards are back. Express yourself with quick emojis, so struggling to find the right word. Open your personality menu, select the quick emojis, select the emojis you want to add to your reel, and press the select button. Oh, wait a minute, are there more than the one's personality emotes? No. Quick chat, quick emojis. So these are the ones, yeah, these are all the ones that we have right now. There's actually no more in the game, so there is not really nothing to swap out, because maybe later on they'll bring in new emojis, and then you can actually swap them out. But for now, these are actually all the emojis that are in the game, and you can set them up wherever you want to actually. There's a new hunt pass arrived with Gregario Flint here. The Aetherpunk pass, 48 days, guys. And let's quickly go through. So we get Atomic Dye. That's actually a pretty cool color. I might as well do that in my... Well, I have a set for every color scheme. Like I have a blue color scheme, a red color scheme, a green one that I use. So I might as well equip this one in the blue one somewhere in there. Some nice eye colors over here. What else is in here? Let's quickly take a look. That's a threatening emote right there, right off the bat. Some patrol chests, that's always fun one. The toxic mess signal flare in here. What else is here? The toxic mess banner signal, of course. Some atomic sky hair tint we've got. And then some marks. Another emote. Tag your it. Oh. That's a really funny one. Yeah. That's aim away from face. That's a really funny one, actually. Oh, I really enjoyed that. And then, oh, this is actually a punk helm transmog, but it's showing crest. Oh yeah, it's like the Torn Glory, so the Dauntless transmog. It's basically an arm and then a sleeve here. And then the body transmog is gonna be the chest over here. And then boots. Can we spin you around a little bit? Okay. And then the Aetherpunk title, of course. So there's some really nice features in here in the lower hunts, especially the tag your it caution aim away from face. I really love that one. So that's definitely something that makes me smile. That's definitely something I'm gonna try to chase after. I'm not gonna look at the elite track because people who watch me for longer right now no, I don't really do the elite track. Once I have enough platinum, I probably will buy. Let's see, store. Oh yeah, definitely. I gotta say this as well. So definitely daily login bundle. Make sure to claim that offer. Every 24 hours there's a cooldown. So make sure to claim it as well. And then for supplies, which one do I? The patrol chests. So usually patrol chest, 25 chests is what I take. So every time I go on a hunt, I can activate the patrol bonus for the heroic patrol and get some more emblems out here, some more stones out here. I do believe that this became more shiny than it was yesterday. It's standing out a little bit more, or is this just me? There's a new Dead Cool Shot this week. Already did it yesterday. Make sure to pick up the new bounties. But yeah, well, let's take a look at the quest that we got. Speak to Boss and Marcus, because he's gonna be able to sell us stuff for purchase 5 consumables from Boss and Marcus or Admiral Zai. Great news, Skipper. I've finally built up enough stock here and you won't need to provide all the reagents every time you need a tonic or a pylon. Now I can sell you pre-made stock in exchange for rams. I heard Admiral Zai is in the same boat, by the way. So that also goes for grenades. So let's see how many rams you want to part with today. Quickly crafting a capital idea. And then instead of... okay, so you just switch between these. Here you can actually make them, and here you can actually buy them. And as you can see, yeah, I have more than enough. So how much is actually one? And which one do I really need? I still have a pretty good stock. So purchase 10. Let's see. So it's 200 rams for one, and I have 500k. So. Yeah, that's definitely way easier. Okay, that's pretty useful actually. Yeah, for all the players that have been playing for from beta, they basically most will have more rams than I will have. But yeah, this is a really good deal that you can actually start buying them. So I'm quickly gonna set up 50 for the ones that I use. And I think I'm set. Yeah, 50 for all the ones that I actually use. So yeah, capital idea. Pleasure doing business with Cap. Remember, I'll always be happy to take reagents off your hands. But if you're in a hurry, cold hard rams will do the trick. Complete. So main quest, complete a capital idea. And we got a silver core for that one. So yeah, that was basically it. It was a, well, I hope a pretty fast, overview on all the stuff that was added. I do want to add a little bit, one more thing. I do hope in the near future that they will change 2 more things. And that is Behemoth's running away when your danger meter is still like only at 15%. The behemoth's running away after 2 minutes. I'm getting a little bit tired of it. Like you go on a solo hunt and you're only in there for 2 minutes, and after 2 minutes, the behemoth suddenly says like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna extend your hunt and make you run around a little bit more." It's just annoying. I don't think anybody in this game actually likes that when you're at a position where you can solo a behemoth easily, and the behemoth just runs away to extend your timer on the island. Uh, the part of this game is to kill behemoths as fast as possible, to grind them out, basically, to get all those parts to craft up your gear, and behemoths that run away. The Basically, I see it like this: the only way a behemoth should run away is basically when a group of players or a single player is not good enough or is just unlucky enough to not being able to get it down and get a strat meter like up to 100%. Like up to 100%, and you can't revive anybody anymore. That's the time a behemoth needs to flee, basically. It needs to give that buffer to players, and that's also a time when behemoths flee. Like I've met a party a couple days back, and well, basically, a lot of people went down. A whole lot of people went down a whole lot fast, and our damage meter was after 3 or 4 minutes into the game. Our damage meter, or threat meter, or danger meter, basically went up to 100%. We couldn't revive, and I spent 2 minutes in there before the behemoth actually ran away. Me being able to pick the other players up, and that's a good time. That makes sure that even though stuff might not happen as you want it to happen, you do have that buffer in there where you are still able to continue the fight and not have to run out. But a behemoth that just runs out after 2 minutes is something that needs to change in my book. I'm not sure how you guys feel. Leave your comments down below if you want to comment on that. But yeah, that's basically how I feel. And then the second part is, after 2.5 years into this game, or 3 years now almost into this game, I want to see damage done. It's something I've been talking about a lot, to the point that I think it's basically something I weekly ramble about. But I want to see. I know there was something in the roadmap a while back that they were gonna work at an end of the hunt screen, a new screen board, and we did have some sort of new end of the hunt screen a little bit, but it isn't expanded enough for my book. I want to see how much damage I done, and not just for me. I want to see how much damage I did versus other people. I want to see how much damage another person did. I want to see how much knockouts another person got. I want to see how many wounds another person got. I want to see everything, because that's the only way and means that you have to actually show you that you are making progress. Like, for instance, if I want to go in and I want to get a bunch of knockouts, well, now it's not going to be any more different, because, well, before this patch, you actually only counted the knockouts for yourself, for your mastery system. But I actually want to know how many knockouts I did in that fight. You can have a general idea, but yeah, keeping track of that in the fight while doing all the other things. And I wanna see what everybody does. I wanna see how you fare against other players in this game. Not to make it competitive, that's what we have trials for. Trials is kind of the competitive side of this game, but I want more information. I think everybody knows right now that average behemoth health is around 30,000. I think the HQ behemoths lie around 35,000, or maybe close to 40,000. I'm not really sure about that. But the average behemoth on a normal, on heroic patrol has around 30,000 HP. I want to know how much damage I did of that 30,000 HP, and if it was actually good or bad in that run. Like, did I do enough? Like, you still get an S plus and S plus plus and all this this time it was a D rank, but sometimes I just feel like I did a lot of damage and I still get D rank or C rank or A rank. And another time I just revived a bunch of people and then I get C plus. And I'm like, yeah, but what's the most important part? That I pick up a lot of people or that I do a lot of damage? Anyway, I'm rambling on at the end of my video here. But these are two things that I definitely want to see change in the game. Behemoths that don't run away after 2 minutes anymore. And basically a good overview of what you actually have done in that fight. And what other people have done in that fight. Like, that you can compare. Like, yeah, I'm gonna repeat myself. So, yeah, anyway, guys, that's where I'm gonna wrap up this video. Else it's gonna be a way too long rambling video again. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments or any questions, leave them down below. I love it when I can help people out when they have some questions about how to do a quest or how to gradually grow into this game. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll hopefully see you soon in the next one. Like I said, I'm not gonna do the patch notes every week again. I'm just gonna stick to the ones that I actually find that have really useful information and have some really good changes into the game. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.